Good morning. Hello, hello. Happy Christmas week to you. My name is Meg. Welcome back to Haven Hill Homestead. I had some more cozy Christmas videos and content I was going to put out. However, as life happens, I have more sick kids. So a few weeks ago, maybe two weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, my oldest got sick with the flu, body flu, not stomach flu. And everybody else was great. And then, so now fast forward to just the other day, Shad got it. And then it took him 3 days to get over it. About day number 2.5, 2 more got it. And then my oldest just texted me. She doesn't even live in our house anymore. She's hardly been around us, and she texted me, she goes, "Mom, I got it." And I'm like, oh, you're kidding me. So in our household, Cooper, Jason, myself, and my 2 girls, so 5 of us are holding on. My little guy definitely hasn't. He's, of course, you know, when you're 1, it's hard. And I've always said in this space, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to pretend on the week before Christmas. Do you want to say hey? You want to show them your crazy morning hair?
Can you get in a car?
I will, yes. I'm not going to pretend that things are all just lovely and wonderful when they're not. So I thought, well, okay, I'm going to take you along with me just for a little bit this morning as I pack up. Okay, thank you. As I pack up a wellness basket to bring to my daughter. She has some stuff at her apartment, but she definitely needs more support. So I thought I would take you along. This week, let me tell you what we were going to do this week. So this week was supposed to be the rest of our Advent school week. We were going to finish up a lot with that, which I was really looking forward to. That probably will not happen at all now. Which, you know what? It's just okay. Like, I have learned. Hi, do you want to say good morning?
Hi, good morning.
Did you go get all of your animals situated?
No, I have to go get them warm water.
I know, it's bad out today. We have a water spigot in the barn that's frozen, which happens. Yes, I can.
Like one of those big ones.
The silver ones? Okay. So, hold on one second here. So, okay, so Advent school is not happening, and let me just tell you, as a mom of many, and as a mom who's already graduated 1, another one will be graduating in about just a little over a year. I've learned to just let stuff like that go. There was a time that would have bothered me so much. I would have thought, oh my word, I'm gonna fail my kids, I'm gonna fail their education. And I am, yeah, probably. And I'm just here to tell you it's not true. It is not true at all. Teaching my kids to bend with plans is invaluable. Teaching my kids how to care for each other and their siblings or a parent when they're sick is invaluable. Teaching my kids how to care for themselves and their health is invaluable. And if you just look around at society, you will realize like just how invaluable it is. So we're bending this week. There won't be any Advent school. I may or may not bring that into the first couple weeks of January, which I probably will do. We won't focus so much on the Christmas, but of course winter. And this week is going to be freezing. Christmas Day is a high of 8 with a wind chill of a -30. We don't usually have that here, even in central Illinois in December. So we have, I know. So we have some work to do to get things, everything's already pretty much winterized, but to make sure we can keep our animals safe. So that's the other thing that's gonna be happening this week. My house is a wreck. That's the other thing I have to do. We need to pick up. So here, but let me show you what I'm bringing my daughter. So I have this immunity tea. I grew almost all of these herbs, but not quite all of them. So I was super excited to find this at the Amish grocery store. So I'm bringing her the immunity tea as well as my, the tea pot. I don't know if you guys have seen one like this where you just put the loose leaf tea right in there. They've been around for a long time. And I'll probably make her a cup of that as soon as I get there. She's told me, she goes, I'm in bed. I don't want to move. I offered for her to come here and hang out. And she goes, Mom, I don't even think I can get in my car right now. This is the homeopathy that we use when we are dealing with all flu symptoms. I have no idea how you say that name. This stuff is incredible. It gets also really great reviews by not even people that are just naturopaths. Super big fan of this. I ordered more today for our family, and Jason's actually picking up more. Her throat is sore, so I'm sending her with my eucalyptus chest rub. I also have more of this here for us. Ningxia, another immune support, or just a wellness support from Young Living. Do your own research on these. Huge, huge fan of these. She has some, but I'm going to send her with more. So yesterday I made a big pot of a turkey vegetable soup, loaded it with vegetables, herbs, all those things. It's a bone broth base. I think I put that recipe in the description of another one, but I don't, yeah, you can have that. But I don't remember. I'll double check, and if I haven't, I'll put it here. She did come over yesterday for lunch. She had some then, and she requested more, so I'm bringing her a big thing of it that will also help her. And this is how we tackle it. Guys, I'm not a doctor. I've shared that. You've seen the other video. If you have not seen the other video because you're new here, go back and look. It's, I think it's called something, A Day in the Life with a Mama of 8 when one of us gets sick. Well, now more of us are getting sick. Just not me and a few others yet. Willow's holding on. Are you holding on? Yeah. Yeah, she's holding on. We'll see. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a mom who is super passionate about my kids' wellness and my wellness, and that we know better than any other doctor how we're really feeling. But I'm not against doctors. And I think that is a really important thing to be saying now more than ever. There's a place for it. So I just happen to know what my threshold is, and when I'm no longer comfortable working with things. It's usually based off of the temperature of a fever or certain symptoms that I just don't know. But, you know, in the last decade of our life, this has worked really, really well for us. And there have been a handful of times that we've gone to our naturopath first. But we have not actually had to go to our medical doctor in a really long time because I'm paying attention. I'm trying to catch things early on. I'm reading. I've taken classes. I just feel like that's my job as a mom to know those things. So this is how she's tackling it. So we have the herbs in a tea form. We have oils, which are in her chest rub. We have the homeopathy. Like I said, I have no idea how to say this. Huge, huge fan. Again, I'll put it there. Might help if it's this way. I don't know how to say that, but do your research on that and the reviews that it gets from even people who don't necessarily pursue things naturally. Also her ningxia and her soup. So we're attacking it on all fronts. I do not have any of my throat drops that I normally have, so I'm just gonna stop at the store and buy her some of those. And yeah, so come along. I'm not gonna take you in her apartment. Nobody wants to be videoed when they're sick, but I will show you how it all comes together. I know the other thing I was going to grab is I need some more good orange juice. And I do have fresh oranges here, but that's another thing that's super helpful when you're fighting something from a nutrition point of view. So I gotta grab some more of that. One more thing, elderberry syrup. See, I pull out all the stops. This is just how we do it because it works. It works especially when you can catch things early on. Is it perfect? No. No medicine is, you know, that's just not life. But we're gonna feed our bodies what we can to help. I'm also sending with her some beautiful sourdough focaccia that Willow made yesterday. I made the dough, she decorated it, and it tastes divine. Okay, I just hopped in my van. I'm actually still in my driveway. My door was almost frozen shut. That's how cold it is. I'm so thankful right now that my daughter actually only lives literally like 5 or 6 minutes from us. That's a huge blessing. I know not everybody has that. I'm just thankful. So I can be here to help her out. And I thought this might be encouraging to some moms who are like, man, I really want to do more of this. I just haven't gotten involved in it early enough or whatever. My oldest 2 did not experience this their entire life as far as trying to just knowing our bodies so well, attacking things as naturally as we can through homeopathy and oils and nutrition being a huge one, and rest, you know, all of that. Oops. So I bet Addison was probably about 7, maybe 8 when I really started delving into it because of issues that we were having with actually her a little bit with some food allergies, but then also my son with seasonal allergies. That was kind of our gateway into, okay, wait a second. And then we've had some other things that I said I will definitely, I know people have been asking me about that. I will share more of our story about that. But anyway, so I'm headed there now. I'm going to drop this off to her, and I ended up sticking in some of that. Did I say that already? I may have. We ended up making her a smoothie and then also sticking in some of the focaccia bread too. So I will show you a picture or a quick video of how my Mama Wellness basket, I put it all together for her. And yes, I'm thankful that I get to be the one to do it. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give you a case in point. I just came out of a local Dollar General store, and they're totally out of, well, a lot. There's no orange juice, and usually they have orange juice. That's not a big deal. My husband can easily get that. I have to tell you, okay, we live in a small town, I do get that, but the shelves in this store right now for medicine were almost bare. And I asked him, I said, are you having a hard time getting stuff in, or have you just sold out? And he's like, both. He said, but I am having a really hard time getting stuff in. There was nothing for like what I need stuff for, hardly anything. And this is, again, why it's just like fuel for me as a mom, as a person, not just as a mom, this is for anybody. But to be like, no, it's okay, because we can figure this out. There's other options. And everything that I have in this basket are really, really good options that work and that have worked. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm just here to say, to be your cheerleader, if you're like, please tell me a different way. Here's another really interesting thing. I've had several nurses reach out to me either in person or through messages recently telling me, I'm a nurse by profession. That is what I do. And I want to know more about what it is that you're doing. So I recommend books, I recommend courses. I'm not going to spend a lot of time teaching people, because that's, I still am learning. I'm still reading. I'm still want to take more classes and whatnot. But I can at least point them in the right direction, because here's what they have all said to me. Even though we do this for our profession, so we've got to be better. Like, it's not okay to just prescribe things all the time, and we just don't want that for our families. So can you at least point us in the right direction? And I do. I point them in the direction of what I know. And it doesn't mean it's gonna work all the time, but no medicine does. It doesn't mean that we're never gonna go see a doctor. We will. It just means that this is our first line of defense. So here is what I got her, a thermometer. A thermometer is really important. I hardly use thermometers anymore because of my husband. He is so good at knowing when a kid has a fever and when they don't. I am too, but like I always want to double check with him. So I just know when by touch and by how they're responding, if it gets too high, then I'm gonna take a temperature. My daughter, being that she's literally days away from turning 19, has hardly done that before. So I wanted her to have a thermometer so she could be able to know how to gauge her fever and when she needs either mom to come over or to mom, this is getting out of control. Very, very important. Okay, so this is just all I want you to know. I just want to encourage you, whoever you are watching this, man, you can do it. You know more than what you actually think, and you can keep learning. And if you're committed to that, goodness, I just believe in my heart so much that God created us to know our bodies, and that He can equip us with that woman, with that mama, whatever you want to call it, that instinct, like, okay, wait, something's off. We need to take them in, or no, we got this. We can fight this. We're going to watch it. We're going to rest. We're going to do everything that's in my, wellness basket. You can do it. You can build that confidence to be able to be your family's first doctor, so to speak. And I think that is liberating and very, very life-giving. And it gives you this opportunity to even build bonds with your kids as you are taking care of them. You are taking care of them. Or maybe you're single and you don't have any kids. You have that opportunity to help other people, your parents, your siblings, your nieces, your nephews, your grandkids. It's really amazing and possible to learn as much as you can until you reach your threshold of, I'm no longer comfortable with this. So, one more thing really quick. My threshold has changed over the years. I remember very specifically the very first time one of my sons had croup and we had to call 911. I'd never heard croup before, never heard the sound of it, never had a child that had it. I called 911, or my husband called 911. They came, they took him to the emergency room. He ended up being fine. He has since had croup at least once a year. That was probably, let's see, he's 6 now, so that was probably 5 years ago. He was right around 1, maybe a little bit less than 1 when he got it. We have fought it every other single time at home because now I did my research. Once he had it, they had to give him a steroid shot. That was brutal. Maybe your kids don't respond poorly to steroids. Mine did. It was horrible. He raged for 2 weeks. And when I say raged, he raged. Like, he was not himself until that steroid, however you properly say it, runs out of his system or stops, whatever. Or the side effects do, I should say. So anyway, after that, I did my research. Like, how can I at least attempt this to fight it naturally? And the next time he got it, which was about, I don't know, maybe a year later, I did everything I could and he got better at home. And since then, he now knows, he's 6 years old. He knows the second his cough starts changing, and he'll outgrow this. Like, my guess is he probably will hardly ever get it again. But he knew the second, even last year, his cough started changing. He goes, Mom, I think it's my croup cough. And I would listen, and sure enough, it was. So we would start attacking it. So that's what I mean. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is freedom. You can teach yourself and your kids this, to know how to listen to their own bodies. And that is absolutely golden and invaluable. Okay, I've carried on long enough. I gotta go deliver this to my girl. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry it's randomness. Sorry it's not exactly what I have planned, but I wanted to invite you into it because it is real life. And I think in this season that we have going on between weather and just what's going on in life, it's good to know those things. So anyway, have a blessed day. I hope you all stay healthy, and until next time, talk to you later. Bye. I'm back home. I'm with my little buddy right now. Who's just not feeling good. But I thought I would just quickly walk you through what I did for my oldest when I was at her apartment. As soon as I got there, I got water going and I made her the immunity tea. The immunity tea is full of all different types of herbs. Like, there's a couple different echinaceas and elderberry and black cohosh and, I can't even remember everything else. So I made her that tea, and I gave her her first round of homeopathy, and she's old enough she can keep going with that, and the oils, and just walked her through everything. So honestly, it's really simple to do, and now I'm gonna keep doing the same here with my little guys that are still fighting it. So remember too that anytime that you're doing things holistically, it doesn't actually matter the diagnosis. Like, if you have one of the influenzas, or even, my earring just fell out, something like strep throat, or even croup, like what you treat for when you're doing things holistically, the whole body for your immunity, but then you're treating just your symptoms. If you talk to any type of naturopath doctor or holistic doctor, that's what they're going to tell you. That's why I always say, anytime, this is only the second video I've done like this, but that's why you have to know your threshold when you are, okay, this is just out of my hands now. But just remember, it doesn't actually matter what you have, so to speak. You're treating the symptoms. And that's when I brought her all of her stuff, and what I'm doing here, I brought things for her specific symptoms that she's dealing with. That's why you watch them. You watch when they change, when they get better, if they get worse. So anyway, you can do it.